The following podcast is intended for mature audiences. Listener discretion is advised.
Nobody's listening, no. Nobody's listening, no. Nobody wants to hear them speak. Nobody's listening, no. Nobody's listening. Nobody wants to hear them speak. Nobody wants to hear them speak. Nobody wants to hear them speak.
Favourite downloading, streaming, or however it is that you listen to the Not Listening Podcast.
Yep, we're finally back.
I didn't know how loud I could go because I didn't want to be too loud. Wake neighbours up.
You won't,
Why?
because we live on the main road.
That's true.
They're not going to hear us over that,
I could be really loud.
if you like.
Oh, well, upset your wife. Don't do
Louder than an ambulance. Do an ambulance. Pretend you're an ambulance.
that. No. Stupid. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. We're back.
Hello.
Is it good to be back, Will?
Lovely.
How about you, Ash?
Yeah, super.
You gonna ask me?
Oh, hello, Adam. How does it feel to be back?
Yes, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
The Not Listening Podcast. It is the podcast that is
A podcast.
that.
Podcasts.
That's the tagline itself, really, isn't it?
It's a beauty.
People at home are like, wow, so glad I subscribed to this.
Why is it called a podcast when most people these days don't listen to it on an iPod?
Because it was just the original conception.
Yeah.
That
Okay.
you downloadable content via an iPod, that you could put it on there on the go, and people went, it was a podcast. And then it just sort of stuck.
Do you think Microsoft tried to have Zoomcasts?
They did.
Nice.
Now what they have? Windowcasts.
God knows.
Downloadable content.
That's a bit too long, isn't it?
Yeah, so podcast is easier.
Fair enough.
And it also, with podcasts, you can start making up shows called the Oddcast Podcast.
Yeah, like every other fucker in the world.
I know, I learned the hard way with that one.
Yeah.
Hashtag Not Listening Podcast. We're back.
Yeah.
What, 5 months?
Something like that.
It was November we last recorded, start of November.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
That was our Christmas
End
one,
of
wasn't it?
February now. Nice.
There you go. So much has changed. We got a new studio.
Yeah.
We're in a shed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a new house.
We got a new house
Yeah. And a dog.
and a dog. See, lots have changed.
I might have had the dog last time we recorded.
No, you didn't.
No, you didn't.
No, you
All
didn't.
right.
You didn't. I got a new job.
Well done.
Ashley's still a bum.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tony Stark, Iron Man. Do you still do like wind stuff in your garage? Did like a wind tunnel or something in your garage once? You told me.
No, he farted.
I swear you said you used to do experiments in your garage.
I do experiments in my garage, but I don't have a wind tunnel.
Like what?
Stuff.
Making meth.
Yeah.
Do you?
Yeah. It's all secret stuff.
That's not secret anymore. It's going out to tens of people. I'll tell you what, though. The last podcast we did was an hour and a half long. It was an homage to our original beginnings in the podcasting world.
It was almost the last one as well.
Good downloads.
Wasn't the last recording we did, though, was it, Adam?
No. There was supposed to be one that went out on Christmas Day,
Yeah.
but I messed it up and I forgot to put it out. I got caught up in Christmas and work and stuff.
Are we going to tack it on the end of this episode?
No, probably not.
One day it'll appear and people will go, what the fuck? Why is he talking about Christmas?
Yeah, maybe I will purposely put it out in
July
in
or
summer.
something.
Yeah, just why not?
Will's early Christmas message.
Yeah, just to really mess with people. But we got to the podcast that we did before, a really long one, and we were like, oh, that could have been like the farewell episode. Because we were looking back at our show and what it was like to record. And then it got loads of downloads, and we thought, better come back. There's people that want to listen, obviously.
Well, to be honest, you only told us it had loads of downloads about 5 minutes ago.
I know.
Yeah.
You could go and look. Could give you links.
Where
and
do
that.
we find it?
My secret statistical base, analytical stuff that I've got.
Sounds like fun.
No, it's easy to find out.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're back.
Yay.
Woohoo! We're in a shed, right? It's a man shed. Is it a man shed?
Big shed.
Ish.
Just a shed. Is this actually? Is it really a shed? What makes a shed a shed?
It's made of wood,
And
and it's
what-
at the end of my garden.
What stops a shed being a shed?
If
I
you
don't
live in
know.
it, it's not a shed.
If you live in a shed, it's not a shed.
It's a log cabin.
Maybe this is a log.
This
It's a
isn't
summer
log
house.
cabin, though.
This part of it is a summer house.
Yeah, because it's got decking on the outside.
But it's winter time, so
Wood
it's a winter house
cladding.
as well.
Decking on the floor.
Oh, right. That's because my garden's got decking. It's not a feature of the shed. It's a feature of the garden.
But it's on the decking.
Yeah,
No.
quite.
See, sheds for me is stuff that you put tools in.
Well, that's in the other half.
Well, you're sitting in it.
I was waiting for that. Right, let's crack on with the show then. Right, Will.
I want to talk about what a tosser Kanye West is.
Right, should we just turn our mics off? I should just let
Yeah,
Will.
yeah, we can do. Let's listen to a vent. shall we?
Join-
this could
join
be
the queue.
this could be a relatively long episode,
Could be.
just because there's so much subject matter. Now, did you guys see? It was on Valentine's Day, in fact, which apparently is also Mark Zuckerberg's birthday, where Kanye West took to Twitter, not to Facebook, but to Twitter, to ask the multi-billionaire owner of Facebook to give him £1 billion. His rationale being, I'm heavily in debt, but I can do things other people can't to, like, change and save the world. Look at me, I've done music and I've done fashion. I can make a difference, was basically what he was saying, which I thought was magnificent. I thought I'd dig in a bit, because this guy is a very heavy Twitter user. Has either of you looked at Kanye on Twitter?
Only after you posted the link and I ran through it and I thought, what a dick.
It's,
Otherwise, I hadn't heard of it.
Yeah, I've caught up with some of his tweets before.
it's quite impressive stuff. There's a little quiz a bit later.
Right, okay.
Oh, yeah.
I'm looking forward to that.
Well,
so we
it's,
did do some prep with
He did. Yeah, he said he hadn't.
Yeah.
Before we recorded, I don't know prep. Well,
No, I told you I'd been looking into Kanye.
I'm fucking busy.
I mean, but I think my favourite tweet of his so far is, I'm this generation's Disney. I want to bring dope shit to the world. Now,
Dope shit.
dope shit. And I think that's real. That is Disney's corporate motto, isn't it, anyway?
Yeah, dope
Bringing
shit.
dope shit to the world, which is what makes him this generation's Disney. Because it's all of the children's entertainment stuff that he's producing, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Goofy's tagline, that was.
Yeah, yeah.
Was it?
Bringing
Yeah,
dope
really.
shit to this. Mickey? He hated Mickey. He was the gangster. Goofy was. That's why you don't see him around anymore. Got shot.
Yeah, he's been taken out. He got named and then that was it. He got called into a meeting and that was it. One in the back of the head.
Tried to bring him back, and he was like, G-Dog.
But Kanye is quite the entrepreneur, it seems.
Is
So
he?
he wrote a Donda chart.
The fuck's a Donda chart?
He doesn't know either, I assure you. But he grabbed it and he's got all it. Basically, he's categorised all of the different things that his business is going to do somehow.
Right.
And this is vague, but I particularly like. He's under the home thing. So he's basically saying, "Oh, these are my ideas," because he's just put under the categories. He's just written projectors, remotes, audio controls, wallpaper, screens, holograms. I love the idea. He's just going, what would be really cool? Holograms. I'll write holograms, and that means it was my idea.
It's either that, or he was watching Back to the Future Part 2.
For home, 7-screen movie experience. Now, I'm not certain. I want more detail on this. Is he going to watch 7 different films at the same time, or is he just assuming that most homes have rooms for a 7-screen cinema?
The 7-screen thing was in Back to the Future 2. Remember when Marty McFly Jr. walks in and he's like, channel 32, 45, 120, please. It just puts all these channels up.
That's in quite a lot of films actually, where there's multiple channels at the same time, and
Picture
people
in
just watching.
picture.
I think my
Picture.
absolute favourite thing is, under internet, luxury search engine. Now, just think of that for a moment.
Only looks at yachts and super yachts. At that.
You do have
Fabergé
to
eggs.
wonder what a luxury search engine offers over something like, I
Porn.
don't know, Google.
Just porn.
It makes it look like it's on the wall of a Gulfstream jet.
Yeah. If you hear shopping, it only brings things back above a certain price tag, maybe.
£1 million, yeah.
Because, I mean, we're talking about this guy. Have you heard about the Yeezy stuff? I think that you're mostly wearing Yeezy at the moment, aren't you, Adam? Which is...
The jumpers and that.
Yeah, it is Kanye's fashion brand that he's gone into in conjunction with Adidas. So Adidas stuff clearly being high class, A hoodie for $545.
Bargain.
Yeah. Pair of boots, $585.
Oh, cheap.
A camouflage T-shirt that I think was going for about $400.
Yeah,
and
but-
it was. I've seen it at
Is it
Georgia
just a
Asda
DPM
for
print?
slightly less. Yeah, pretty standard.
I'm sure
You've
you'd...
stolen that off the army. Excellent. I came up with DPM print for the army.
I'd never get a camouflage top because I'd never find it.
We're
back! We're back, everybody!
But yeah, I mean the clothes are unbelievable because he's got this aspirational clothing brand. Because basically, I say aspirational. He's aspiring it to being a good clothing brand, but the people who are buying it there's two types: people who have far more money than sense that will spend $300 on a T-shirt you could pick up at the army surplus for $5.
Yeah.
And people who desperately want to wear stuff designed by Kanye West so they can say, I spent £500 on this T-shirt.
Yeah, they'd be like, dick.
Generally, and you know,
So
You
again,
can't
more money
even
than
afford
sense.
your child
yeah,
maintenance.
it's a week. Okay, it's a month's rent, but isn't this a lovely T-shirt? I don't know. I can't see it.
I can't fit into it now. I'm too skinny.
Move away from the trees.
Top's too skinny. Top's too big for me now. I'm getting skinnier and skinnier, so I can't eat.
What's going on? You're just a floating head with a pair of arms.
That would be a cool T-shirt, though, if it did do that. Completely invisible.
It would be, but I suspect actually it would almost be worth the price.
Yes. Can you imagine the hoodies, though, as well?
I must
You
admit,
just have these hands
yeah,
moving around.
his cloak of invisibility for $2,000 is, I think, pretty good value.
Yes.
Cloak of invisibility. It's Harry Potter.
Yeah, and his sword of power +2.
Maybe cough there, sorry.
We're all healthy here.
My ears popped over the weekend. I couldn't hear nothing.
I put together a little quotes quiz. I don't care. Basically.
Neither of us heard that.
Was
just
there
feeling-
anything interesting in that statement?
I was filling time so you could get your notes up.
I was waiting for you to stop talking banal shit.
We're holding mics, me and Ash, so if it sounds like we're doing an outside broadcast, it's because we technically are.
Well, we're in a shed. It's
Outside.
basically outside, isn't it?
But when does outside, inside stop being outside?
When there's a roof and 4 walls.
Yeah. So we're
That's got to
inside.
be inside. We're inside.
Technically still outside, though, aren't we?
We're inside the shed.
Well, then you're
Outside the
always
house.
outside.
We're inside, outside. Yes.
Oops, upside your head.
Yeah.
I did a quiz.
A Will quiz.
Well, yeah, so what I've done, I've taken some real quotes from Kanye West and interspersed them with some Kanye quotes of my own. And all I want you guys to tell me is whether it's a real quote, whether it's Kanye, or bullshit.
Or you-
I was going to go for
Whether
some
it's
of
a
the
real
road.
quote, a real quote, or a Kanye
No,
quote.
you could have said this is either a real quote or a Will quote. Get it?
Nah.
Your name's Will.
Yeah, I get that bit. Just
And real.
yeah, true or false?
That works best. Yeah. I can't remember which one's true and which one's false, but I'll just get a 50-50 anyway.
First quote: "Respect my trend-setting abilities. Once that happens, everyone wins." Did he say that, or did I make up that he said that?
You go first, Ash.
I'll have to go. I'm thinking that it's probably true, but I'm going to say false because it's totally ridiculous.
I'll say true, just to balance it out.
Well, it is true. By the way, every single one of these quotes is ridiculous, regardless of whether I made it up or not.
Yeah.
He's not going to put like a knife quote and say, "Lovely day out there today."
My next one. So the next one. "I am so credible and so influential and so relevant that I will change things."
That's a you quote. I heard you say that the other day.
Okay, so you're going first on this one. You're saying that's false then.
Yeah.
That's him quote. So I've got to have to say true. But
Why? Because you can never agree with Adam.
no, because it sounds.
You do this every time.
No, because it sounds exactly like what you were saying earlier when you first started off the Kanye speak.
So what? Rather than "I'm gonna have to," it's "I think it's false."
Yeah.
I think it's.
I just want to go opposite him anyway.
That's the point, isn't it? All right. That was a real Kanye quote.
No.
Ha
No, I'm sure you said that
Yeah.
first. He took it off you, mate.
"I once ran a race against a real horse. It was so in awe of me that I won."
That was you. You said that. That's definitely
Yeah,
a
that's
you
right.
quote.
I'll give you
No way. I don't think Kanye West knows what a horse is.
Yeah. "I think that Kanye West is going to mean something similar to what Steve Jobs means. I'm undoubtedly, Steve of internet, downtown fashion culture."
That's definitely a Kanye quote,
That's
because you wouldn't have come
quote.
up with that.
Yeah.
That's the trouble. It's just
You can't.
I couldn't have come
No,
up with it.
exactly. That's definitely a true one.
There's nobody in the world. There's nobody as good for the world as me. I can erase poverty, heal the sick, and make everything better. While I do that, the world can listen to the greatest music a man can make.
That's a Kanye quote. That was on his
It
album.
sounds too much like a Kanye quote, but I'm going to have to say it's a Will quote.
That
It
is
went
a
on
Will
for
quote.
too long.
Ah,
Kanye
one
can't
was
fit
long.
that many words on Twitter.
that's true. We'll have to go to
No,
Facebook.
these aren't off Twitter. To be fair.
Oh, well, I got it right anyway.
Otherwise, I'd
Other
probably
reasons.
mentioned that they were from Twitter at some point.
Yeah, you would have.
Yeah.
Listen up, Ash. Jesus.
Oh, okay.
I will go down as the voice of a generation.
He will go down on the voice of a generation.
Go down as the voice.
Oh,
He's probably already been down on the voice of a generation.
I'd say that's a Kanye quote.
yeah, Kanye go down.
It is true. Come on now. How could you be me and want to be someone else?
I want to say that's Kanye, but I think you
I'd
said
say
that.
it's a
I
Will
swear
quote.
you've texted that to me before.
If I did, I was quoting Kanye.
Oh, it was a Kanye.
I am worshipped as a god by my followers. If I ask them to do anything, they will do it. There's nothing they won't do. Remember that, North Korea.
That's a you quote. You tweeted that the other day because I liked it.
The North,
Wouldn't fit on Twitter.
the addition of the North Korea bit, I think, is has made me think it's definitely a Will quote.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if he'd left off the North Korea, I would have gone the other way.
because I can see Kanye actually being a fan of North Korea just because. Why not?
He wouldn't even know where it is.
Yeah, but he'd like it though, wouldn't he? He'd think he could go and sell
You'd
his
think
music.
it's below South Korea.
I don't need drugs. Drugs are a terrible thing. They stunt my creativity, and that's why drugs are a crime.
Kanye.
I think that's true.
Kanye quote.
No, that's me as well.
Ah, and he said that with such conviction. He's got a T-shirt with that.
I am Warhol. I am the #1 most impactful artist of our generation. I am Shakespeare in the flesh. Walt Disney, Nike, Google.
It's Kanye.
Yeah, that would be
That
good.
is fucking Kanye. This guy's amazing. I'm the #1 living and breathing rock star. I am Axl Rose. I am Jim Morrison. I am Jimi Hendrix.
That probably is him as well.
That's you.
No, that's the worst bit. That's him as well. I am an absolute cunt.
That's
That is a
Will.
Will quote. It would be amusing if he said that. That would fit on
Yeah.
Twitter.
When someone comes up and says something like, I'm a god, everyone says, who does he think he is? I just told you who I thought I was. A god. I just told you.
That's you. That is. That sounds like something you would have got. From
No, that's
young
not a
ones.
Kanye quote.
That is a Kanye quote.
My God,
Really?
He's like an 80s BBC sitcom character.
Yeah. My impulsive behaviour only led me to complete awesomeness at all times. It's only led me to awesome truth and awesomeness. Beauty, truth, awesomeness.
No, that's you.
That's a you quote,
That's a
because I
Will
don't think
quote.
he uses the awesome word.
I hate to say this, but that was Kanye as well.
Fuck, he's turning into you now. That's the problem. Will and Kanye.
No, because he says how he wants his music to be for the world, and then he only sells his album through Tidal.
Well, that
There's
is for the
clearly
world.
a major exclusivity
That
deal
is
there.
for the world, so we haven't got to fucking listen to it.
Well, yeah, I must admit, it's better than the U2 album, which Apple just dumped on every poor fucker out there with an iTunes account.
Literally so.
I remember that now.
All right. So there we go. That's the podcast done. Dusted. Kanye out, yeah? You got another quote you can sort of end it with? Did you got an extra one?
I might have
Extra special one?
Well, just talking about Tidal, so he said, please, for all music lovers, please subscribe to Tidal. I decided not to sell my album for another week. Please subscribe to Tidal. And separately, I know you all are tired of music controlled by money and perception. I'm proud of every dime of debt I got.
Please
This
subscribe
was
to Tidal.
with regard to selling on Tidal, you're all tired of of music controlled by money and perception. Sign up to Tidal. I've got a massive exclusivity deal. Thank you and good night.
So on that note, we're just going to leave you. Please subscribe to the podcast. Make sure you go and subscribe to the Really Real Show as well.
We're not on Tidal, though.
We're not on Tidal.
I thought Tidal was a washing powder.
That's Tide.
Okay.
All right, well, I've been Adam. Give us a
I've-
tweet at Barker Podcast. You've been.
Well,
And you over there have been.
Ash.
See you in another 5 months? Nah, we're probably back next week, I reckon. Maybe. Who knows?
A bit.
Bye!